Hi folks, welcome to the Horde. I figured I'd give you a different picture to look at today. That is a 200X, 84 I think, 1984 200X, Honda of course. So where are we? 68 degrees. Look at that, my batteries have decided to be charged up. See the little green lights on. It's somewhere around 3:30, quarter to 4. It is 4:12. The 12th of April, Sunday, 17.6 degrees Celsius. So, I had a request for starting up random bikes. I guess what I'm doing is starting up random bikes I just got. Part of the issue I ran into as I collected the Horde is a lot of the old stuff. There's some old stuff in the various sheds and all that have been buried that I never got running. So I really don't know what condition it's in, which leads to I got to completely dig it out to find out what kind of shape it's in. And once I completely dig it out and find out what kind of shape it's in, if it's in good shape, then it should stay out and get used. But if it's in parts condition, now I've dug it out and it's out of the Horde and there's a bunch of other crap out of the sheds and so forth. So what I've really been trying to do is whenever I get a new bike, I try to fire it up almost the same day I get it or within the week I get it. And I want to do that because I don't want to be building stuff I don't understand. Stuff that I don't know what's going on with. You guys saw earlier today, I fired that bike up. I think it was my last video, or the video before, a couple back. I brought this thing home, and we described how the frame was broken. And the consensus, and I think it's probably true, it's from plowing, right? As somebody went ramming this into stuff, right? You're putting all the energy of the slam down here, which would have a tendency to put a lot of pressure on the frame, and it broke. So not only is the frame broken, but broken frame led to snapping the exhaust bolt out of the head. So there's a piece of aluminum chunk snapped out of here, so I can't put the bolt back in. So this head needs to be replaced, along with, you can see the top motor mount is broken off there. This is basically a parts bike, and let me show you why it's basically a parts bike. I'm going to fire it up for you guys. Let's see. What I did was, just quickly, the blue and yellow wire, and you can see the red clamp I just jammed a wire in and hooked the red clamp to it. The green wire I hooked to the black, then I hooked black to ground. You see it over there, what my finger is. Spark plug wire, CDI box, carburetor, put some gas into it, and this carburetor is dripping gas right near where I have the wire on the starter. So who knows, maybe they're going to blow up in my face and you guys will be amused. Anyway, I'm going to give it a little huff of starting fluid just to make sure she fires up. I did fire it up just for a second. I hate bringing you guys out here and tell you, oh, I'm going to start an engine for you, and sit here for the next 15 minutes cranking it and so forth. I think there's basically a rule. If you're absolutely positive it's going to start and you got the camera running, that means it's not going to start. I think it's the YouTube rule. So let me fire it up and you guys can see why I think this is destined to only be a parts bike. There we go. But want to make sure you get enough starting fluid in there, so if it's going to blow up, it blows up well. Anyway, I don't know if you guys saw the chooch, or you guys could still see the chooch, the smoke coming off of it. But she's a smoker. It's a parts bike. I get a lot of nice things off this bike, though. Looks like I got 2 back tires that I'm gonna. I have other bikes to pop them on too. I think everything is good in there. As a matter of fact, I haven't popped it into gear yet. I want to do that before I completely give up on it, just to see what kind of shape the clutches and the bottom end are in. Hopefully she goes into gear and she moves. But I got some pretty good parts here. I'll pull the tires, the rear end, the engine, the front forks. I don't know, do they bounce? Oh God. Yeah, they kind of bounce. They kind of go all the way to the top and lock, but they kind of bounce. They're better than nothing. So I got the forks. I got quite a bit of parts there. So Stoney gave me a good deal, and I'll get a bunch of parts off of it for that good deal. Obviously, if I had the need for this bike, if this was my only bike, I would do my best to try to close this up and weld it. If it was my only bike and I had no money, obviously I would try to put some kind of exhaust on there to quiet it down a little bit. This isn't the kind of bike you ride around the neighborhood and get high fives from your friends and family. They'd be kind of pissed about all the noise. But you guys can see it does start. I'm using my portable CDI unit on it. I have everything I need to bring the ignition system back to OEM stock if I decided to do that. This should be closed up though, right? One shouldn't. There's a U-joint in there, and one should do their best not to get that all messed up. Who knows? It seems like I got more smoke when I backed off the throttle. So maybe a new head would fix this. Though I've had engines that didn't smoke, and you replace the head and they start smoking, because with the better valves you get better compression, and there's your problem. I did do another compression check on it after I pumped the oil out, and you guys could see that, right? It's right at 150. It was probably about 155. It drifted down a little bit. So the compression really isn't too bad. If I needed to, if I really wanted to, needed to, I could get this to run consistently, like keep running, and I could get it to move. It's just even as a moving, running bike though, right? Let's say I dropped a seat onto it and I hacked a gas tank onto it and I got it to run and move. With the frame broken up like that, I mean, nobody's gonna buy it for you and say, give it to their kid and say, go ride this. It doesn't have any brakes. One would have to put just way too much money into this thing to turn it into a really, really nice running thing. Oh, you know what? A lot of the smoke might be because I dumped half a quart of oil down the cylinder, so it might not be as bad a smoker as one thinks. Yeah, let's assume that a bunch of the smoke is from me dumping oil down the spark plug hole, and if you go with that thought, one could throw a head on there and you kind of get a good engine out of it. Looks like the rear end's pretty good. Got to throw a boot there, but the rear end's good. I got to put it into gear and make sure that the tranny shifts. It's parts, a lot of parts, a lot of nice parts, so it should take pretty good care of me. I got to thank Stoney for a real good deal on this. So there's that one. We fired this one up for you guys. You can see how well it runs, and I might have a deal cooking for yet another one. It's out in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's a 185, and I'm hoping to close the deal and go after it tomorrow. It looks like it was a barn find. The guy said it has compression. He seems to have some kind of antique shop or something, so he doesn't know that much about them. It is a 185 because it says 185 in the gas tank. It does not have a gas cap. I'm hoping that doesn't mean the gas tank is trash. I want to thank you guys also, a bunch of you. WTBM actually has some experience restoring gas tanks, and a couple of you other guys put in some comments in there about, you know, sealing gas tanks, and that you've had pretty good luck. So I might try to do another gas tank. I've just had such bad luck with them. I did too. If you guys are familiar with the gas tank sealing kits, you're typically looking at $35 for the kit, and if you kind of go through the whole process, which takes quite a bit of time, and it doesn't really seal the gas tank, you've just farted away a bunch of time and money, right? You could fart away $30, $40, $50 plus however much time you put into fixing it up, right? You can blow a half a day full with a gas tank, and then to have it peel on you, it doesn't amuse me much. But once again, you guys are indicating you've had some pretty good luck, so maybe things have improved. Maybe the kits have improved over the years. All right, I've been babbling for 12 and a half minutes now. I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and go out there and enjoy all your days. When you get a beautiful one like this, and even the mosquitoes aren't too bad. The mosquitoes, they've been dying to wake up, right? Waiting for the first warm day. Well, they are out, but they're not too bad. They're annoying because when you're trying to do something, of course, they buzz right next to your eye or go under your glasses, but not bad yet. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Feet down, head up, and please enjoy all your days. Bye now.